I'm going to be recording for like 10 minutes. So if you walk into the dining room, you'll be like on screen for like 2 seconds. Just want to let you know. Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Locke's Thoughts. This is Reading Vlog 2. Electric Boogaloo. We got Stormlight, we got Cosmere live action news before I made a second one of these. Because guess what? It's the second reading vlog. I've read a book. I read The Art of Destiny by Wesley Chu. And let me tell you something. Not great. At least not for me. Technically, I can say it's a fine book. It is written. It is coherent. It just feels like nothing happens to me in this book. It feels like such little things happen. It's just Taisha goes to a place and then she goes back and then it's just she goes to a place for no real reason and then comes back and then it's just I don't know how to describe my feelings on this book because it's been a hot minute since I've read it. Here's a look at my margins account. I haven't read for the rest of January after I finish this book. I did not enjoy this book so much. It sucked all of my energy out to A, finish the series and read The Art of Legend, and B, get me to a point where I want to keep reading. So I think I'm going to have to get one of my Breaking Clays of Glass series, either Sun Eater or The Lost Hero, The Heroes of Olympus, the sequel Percy Jackson series. I'm going to have to read one of those too. I don't know which one yet. Probably Percy Jackson. But anyway, I read this book. It's so mind-boggling how much little things happen. There's like an entire subplot that like by the end of the book makes sense, where like Kisame, who's like the gal who likes murdering, she goes undercover because she got demoted at the end of the last book for being bad at her job of killing people. And now she's like infiltrating a duke's palace to take the fall by the end of the book. It felt so removed and you couldn't see where it was going because you're just not interacting with any of the characters the way you do. John, the main character, he meets a bunch of people. I guess he's not the main character. I thought he was going to be the main character. I don't think he's a point of view character. I don't think he's the main character. I think the main characters are Taisha, Kisame, and what's her name? Oh, Salminda, the Viper Strike. Listen, I'm not. Anyway, they're like the main characters, I guess, not John. But anyway, John has like friends at the end of the last book, and then they just leave. Zinde does come back at the end of this book, I guess, for like good reason. And then Taishu is supposed to be training John through at this point, but it's like we time skipped like years between the first book and this book, so we don't really get to see any of that training. It's just like she trained him, and there's like a few training scenes, but they're like hit or miss and scattered, and Taishu never really does a lot of the so it's like John does a thing and then Taishu berates him for not doing it well. I don't know. And then by the end of the book, Taishu's like battered, bruised, is dying. And then so with her style of martial arts, with her family's lineage, she's like a airbender, like I said in the last video. But there can only be one master of this airbending style because guess what? In order to become a master, you must use your airbending to kill the other airbender who trained you, the master, the wind whisperer. You got to use your wind whispering to kill them. And so like at the end of the book, she's like, John, you have to take the test. You have to kill me. And then it's a fake out where she doesn't die. And I just don't like this book had John and Taisha end where they started at the last book. I guess Salminda's story is the only one that makes any sense because she's like got the soul of the Khan in her, the eternal Khan, and she has to like die to give it back. But also like it's poisoning her because she has like a dead soul in her body, and so she's not doing hot. But then it just makes. She has to go to like a place far away in the north to an island in a caldera, and she learns that like her people stole the Khan from these other people. Quite frankly, I don't care. I had a hard enough time caring about the Katuya. And then I have the hop-on people. And I'm like, the hop-on? The hop-on what, dude? What are they hopping on? I think overall I would give this book a 6 out of 10. Maybe. Like, I think anything below a 5. A 5 or below, you're like at like, this isn't a book. Like, it's poorly written at that point. This isn't poorly written. I just don't enjoy it. Oh, no, 654 if you include the acknowledgments and everything. 654 if you include the acknowledgments, which I did read. But yeah, so I don't know. I wouldn't call it like, it's not a bad book. It's a book I don't enjoy. Let me come over here. Slide out of the slipcase. Hold on, I gotta get this out of the slipcase. Something fell out of the slipcase. Oh, it's like a little 7 half-bloods shall answer the call. Then there's 7 half-bloods and a horse. We need more horses in fantasy. Give me more horses. But yeah, I guess I'm going to be starting the Heroes of Olympus. The Lost Hero. Book 1. Lock in. Let's put it there, because hopefully we're going to elevate this book. We're going to elevate this book because I think it's going to be better than... I'm going to enjoy it more than Our Destiny. I don't know. I've gotten weird about saying books better or worse because I think half of it is enjoyment. These books are still bad. These books, look at me. Look me in my eyes when I tell you. Slop. Slop. Slop, slop, slop. I didn't say that. Cut that out. Hey, me. Editing me. Cut out me saying that. All right. I need you to do that for me, please. All right. Anyway, I don't know how long this has been, but it's going to be a shorter video because I only read one book and I had thoughts on it. We'll see if I will get back to the Art of Legend, but it's going to be a long time before I do that to myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. I haven't stamped this for the Instagram yet. And we're just going to slide it into there. Okay. And it will rest there. What's happening at this point? Help me. Anyway, I'll see you next time when I have more thoughts on books. We got Jason, Piper, and Leo. I read this in 8th grade. We had like a reading class. I read most of this in 8th grade. And I did not read Percy Jackson up to that point. And so I was very confused by a lot of what was happening. But instead, what I actually really enjoyed, where is it? Here it is, baby. I still have the weird little half slipcase for Death Note, Another Note, The Los Angeles BB Murder Cases by Niso Isin. Who would have thought in 8th grade I would have been like, let me pick up esteemed Japanese novelist Niso Isin before I even knew what Monogatari was. It's because I was weird and I like Death Note. I'm rambling at this point. I wasn't weird. I was weird. That's a lie. Anyway, Niso Isin, I read that instead of this. Well, I read most of this, but that was more my speed back then. I don't know. Goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe. See you around.